3-2-1-1. Ba-dum-ba-dum. All right. Do I use knee steering, and can you use knee steering in carving? Absolutely. I'm doing it right now, and it can help you get slightly more snappy edge changes and a bit more power through the end of a turn, as well as a bit more grip at the start of your next turn. So, knee steering, which I'll link some videos down below, is the idea, or not the idea, the movement where you make every edge change, you initiate every edge change with the front ankle, knee and hip, and then you follow with the back ankle, knee and hip. You get this kind of 1-2, 1-2, front leg, back leg movement. And it's normally associated with the type of turns I was just doing there, these shorter turns like that. Because when you open up that front knee, you can really pull yourself around into the turn. It creates a bit of rotation through your upper body where you turn ahead of the board. And then as you kind of unwind that rotation, you can really encourage the board to pull round through the turn in a tight arc. And when we do carving, it's usually thought more of simply as crossing the center of mass over the board as one big unit like that. And right now, I'm just moving both my knees, hips together, and I am still carving pretty well. But you can bring knee steering into your carving, as I mentioned at the top, to get a little bit more performance out of the board. So, let me just show you what I mean. If I'm going to come round, if I get a bit of space, I'm going to let these skiers go past. They're going past? No, they're not. So, coming through the heel side turn, and I just pass my front knee and hip over the board, followed by the back. As I come from toes to heels, front knee and hip followed by the back. And what that allows me to do, if I maintain pressure through my back foot, through my back heel at the end of the turn, I can keep the board steering up the slope, I can maintain grip. But at the same time, I'm simultaneously crossing my front knee and hip over the board to initiate the next edge change, and then as soon as that shin starts pressing down into the boot and I engage this top part of the board here, I'm starting to get grip on the toe side, and I can just release that back knee and hip over the board, and the board just slots into that toe side groove that I've created. So that's the heel to the toe side turn. And when I'm going from toes to heels, again at the end of the turn, just hold this back knee in place. Keep your back hip stacked over the top of the board. That's going to keep giving you grip through the latter part of the turn, whilst you can simultaneously pull that front knee, pull that front hip over the top of the board, engage your edge. And what this means is you get this edge change where you've never really got this kind of dead flat spot, which even though you don't get it for very long, it's better not to have that at all. And you'll be able to see your track in the snow. As soon as one turn has finished, the other one begins. Let me see if I can actually just show you that. So I'm going to make a few turns and I'll try and get back up to my track so you can see. So I'm going to come around on the heel side, pull the board around. Whoa, can I get back up there? Am I going to walk up? Probably not, to be honest. Okay, you're going to have to take my word for it. As soon as one track finished, the next one started. You get grip through the very end of the turn, and because you're kind of holding that grip through the back end of the board, it actually really kind of powers you and springs you into the next turn as well. So the timing of the movement is very, very quick. It's like bam, 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 front leg, back leg. It's almost at exactly the same time, which is why, to be honest, when I am teaching basic carving, and in my previous carving video I talked about, I did just say to kind of cross your upper body, your center of mass over the board as one unit. It still works, but if you want to get the most out of your board, hold that back foot in as you open up and pull the other one round. So let's just make some turns here. So pressure through that back foot, release the front, pull it in, it engages. 1, 2. Right, always check back up the slope when you're carving across it. I always get told off in the comments for not making that abundantly clear, because guys, even though there's a person in front, you have right of way, that don't mean you want to get completely kablammed and ruin your season. All right, you can practice this really well on mellow slopes like this, friendly back knee, and you get these quick, snappy head shakers back and forth, like this. Can you tell? It's the end of the day. I've been working all day, and I've gone a little bit crazy. Thank you guys for watching. Time for me to go home, and I'm done.